What's up, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I appreciate the support. Guys, I hosted a live stream last night. A lot of you guys missed it, and I'm sorry for announcing it so late. But yeah, I told 4 funny stories yesterday on a live stream. Everybody had a good time. It was good. Thank you for everybody that came out. And also shout out to Juanita in Nebraska. And guys, I'm going to talk today a little bit about the story I covered. I think it was almost 2 weeks ago. And it's about 15-year-old Cornelius Mcgee Jr. in Clarksdale, Mississippi. I might say Starksville, but Clarksdale, Mississippi. And if you guys remember, he was the kid that I covered about the news story of him getting shot in the back, jumping over the gate, coming out of a man's house. Supposedly that he was sleeping with the guy's 15-year-old daughter, and the guy supposedly came in there and caught him. Come to find out, new developments had came out in this story, and things aren't always what they seem. Before I really jump into this, though, I'm going to say something real fast. We haven't heard from the man, the retired officer, supposedly, that has shot Cornelius Mcgee. Cornelius Mcgee can't say his piece because he's dead. The officer never spoke and came out. But we have 2 different people telling their side of the story. And this right here raises a question of what everybody thought the reason why Cornelius Mcgee was shot. I'm going to play this video clip. We'll come back. You can decide for yourself. I'm just going to give my perspective. Check it out.
Since a shooting in Clarksdale claimed the life of 15-year-old Cornelius Mcgee Jr.
The teenager was shot at the home of a former Clarksdale police officer. Mike Sirianni has uncovered new developments in the case.
They have judged my cousin, tried him, and convicted him based on a lie.
Julius Voss is first cousin of Andrew Bankhead, a former Clarksdale police officer. Bankhead is accused of shooting and killing 15-year-old Cornelius Mcgee Jr. last Monday.
Had never seen him before. Don't know him, hadn't seen him. Knows nothing about him.
Mcgee's mother believes her son was shot because Bankhead caught him with his 15-year-old daughter in their home that afternoon.
She let him in the house, so they saying it was a break-in, but it wasn't a break-in. The daughter let him in the house.
Julius Voss says Bankhead doesn't have a 15-year-old daughter.
There is no 15-year-old girl. We definitely want to get that established first, that there was no girl letting the young man in the house.
The MBI, which is handling the case, continues to call it an open and ongoing investigation. I learned Friday from 11th District Circuit Judge Charles Webster that, quote, an MBI agent Thursday requested and was granted a search warrant for the phone of the deceased, end quote. Julius Voss says his cousin has a number of guns and video security cameras inside and outside his house. And according to Voss, someone was seen on camera entering Bankhead's house by pushing an AC unit through a back window and finding at least 2 long guns, while Bankhead was home in the shower with a pistol nearby when the AC unit crashed to the floor.
And that's when they meet each other, and that's when the shooting started. And they have all of this on video camera.
Neither Clarksdale Police nor MBI will release the security camera video at this time. In Clarksdale, Mike Sirianni, WREG News Channel 3.
Okay, guys, there's some surprising new details about this case. Now, this thing is still going through a pending investigation. And after doing this case, I was thinking about it, and I was keeping up with it for a little while. And I was saying to myself, how come no arrest has been made, as far as the investigation going? And for 2 weeks, I mean, it seems pretty open and shut with what the details we had were presented on the table at that time. Now, supposedly, this guy right here is the cousin of Mr. Andrew Bankhead, the retired officer that shot Mr. Mcgee. And now we got his side, and then we got the mother's side. Now, I don't know who's right or wrong. All I can do is speculate. All these videos, when we listening, we give our interpretation, And it's just a speculation of us trying to put two and two together of why we think the real cause of somebody's demise is. Now, there are three things in the story, well, actually four things in the story that I thought about that raised the eyebrow. Number one is when I first did this story, you had the mother's side, and the mother was saying, hey, you know, from what I heard, it was a girl over there and he went to go see the girl. The guy threatened him, don't come over here no more and all this stuff. And it's the mother's side. Now, I'm not saying it's not true or anything like that, you know, but I went, you know, at the time when she said that, or she thought it was the truth. But this is the thing. And I had to really sit and think about this. And I don't know if a lot of people thought about this. Okay. Cornelius was a boy, right? And I try to think back. You haven't heard from his father at all. So I'm presuming she's raising him by herself. I don't know. But a boy will tell his mother something different than what really is. And a lot of you single mothers out there, you know, when you have boys, it's hard drawing the truth out of them, even if it's something that's silly and not getting them really in trouble. Now, that's the first thing. My second thing is this. If he was killed when he was shot, how did you get this information? Because he keeps saying they said. Who's they if he was by himself? That right there makes me think something's up. Because how would you get all of this information from a guy that's not here to give it to you? That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I think she's lying? I think she's telling the truth in what she was told. But it's more to the story. Now we got the cousin. The cousin comes out and says, there's no girl. He don't have no daughter. That's 15. If you look at the picture of this guy, I'm gonna see if I can find it and put it up here. If I do, it'll be up here if I can't find it. Because you know, they've been trying to keep him like kind of silent. He's old. He's an old guy. I mean, he's a really old guy. And I'm like, why would he have a 15-year-old daughter? You know, then, hey, if I catch you over here again, I'm going to kill you. That's the second thing. So that's the second thing. The guy say, hey, ain't no daughter. So it conflicts with the mother said, you know, of why he was over there. Third thing is this. Guy say, hey, the guy was in the shower. Because remember, we was wondering, I'm like, how did he? I thought he just came home, you know, happenstance, they in there getting their freak on or whatever. And he come in the room and catch them and be like, oh, hell no. Because I'm like, how would he have a gun already on him? Or like have time to get a gun when the kid seen him and then took off running? The boy, kids are fast. That boy would have been over that gate and stuff. I'm like, something, you know, it had to be a delay in something. So now, news stories say the guy was in the shower with a gun nearby, right? He heard somebody pushing the air conditioning and it hit the floor and that alerted him in the shower. Now, when you in the shower and everything's you showering and you got the door closed and all this stuff, a lot of noise in the shower. So an air conditioner hitting the ground does make sense because it's a loud bang. Now, that alerts him. He come out the shower with the gun. That explains why he could shoot so fast and respond. Now, the cousin also said once he came out, because remember they said he called the cops before he did all this shooting and acting crazy. Remember? Now he come out, right? Catch the boy in the room. I guess the boy taking guns or whatever. They start shooting. The dude jump out the window and get shot in the back. It sounds reasonable of what happened. I don't know what happened, but this is the thing they backing with. They said, hey, we got everything on camera. That might explain why there ain't no arrest. See what I'm saying? And then for them to show the woman who the mother, but they showed the mother, I didn't say it in video, but the mother seen the video and was like, oh, well, that's not my son. Sometimes, now I don't know if it is a son or not, but sometimes, a lot of times people do this to protect people. Oh, that ain't my son. But they showed her and supposedly they're showing her all this stuff like, hey, look, this is what we got. Okay, if the times line up, maybe it was your son. the times line up when he was killed and the dates and all that other stuff? I don't know. Now they're saying, hey, we want his cell phone, your son's cell phone. Because, you know, kids document where they going and all this other stuff. And they can ping his cell phone to that house at that time. And that might dismiss her saying as her son. Now, either way, I don't know who's right or wrong in this. But the cousin made some compelling, he made a compelling argument about this. I think the mother's telling the truth of what she thinks happened from what has been told to her as the truth. And there's nothing wrong with that because you're going to stick by your kid. But I think this story is a lot more than what is said and what the mother knows of why he was over there. Because if it ain't no girl, what you doing in a man's house? You see what I'm saying? Men don't play that. Coming in somebody's house and doing something to him, especially as a man, is personal. Now, he said they never seen him or nothing, so there's no correlation. Said he got a bunch of security cameras outside his house. A lot of people in the neighborhood sometimes be knowing, hey, that's a cop. Or that's this, that's that. I don't know what the motive is for him to break in that house or be in that house. I don't want to say break in, but be in the house because we haven't heard the final thing on this. But something's wrong. Because I was saying to myself in the first part of the story, I'm like, you know, the first story I did, I'm like, why would an older man go and just chase a kid down and shoot him when the kid is escaping and you know he didn't escape with nothing? You know, and if it's something, the situation with the girl, you got the girl right here. She got to come home. You can check her and it can be, it's not worth shooting him. This right here sounds more of a plausible reason of why they shot this dude. Now, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Stay tuned. There'll be more to this story. But leave me a comment, man. Tell me what y'all think. You know, who you think is telling more the truth? The cousin of Andrew Bankhead, the retired officer that shot Cornelius Griffin? Cornelius Mcgee Jr. or Cornelius Mcgee's mother, who wasn't there and was told something from somebody else that supposedly wasn't there. Because if anything, maybe he had a lookout and the lookout fabricated that story. See what I'm saying? Because he got shot going over a gate. Because remember they were saying, oh, he's friends with the neighbors or whatever. He got shot going over a gate. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.